Breaking news coming in at the top of the bulletin, where the central government has issued now a Gazette notification on the citations of Gallantry awardees of the Defence Forces from different operations, including Operation Sindoor. The Gallantry Award citations included in the Gazette are mainly of Indian Air Force and Indian Army personnel. So the braves of Operation Sindoor being honoured by the Modi government, ladies and gentlemen. That is the big piece of news that's coming in. And several Veer Chakra awardees have been named in this Gallantry Award citation that you can see on your screens, including Colonel Kushak Lamba of the 302 Medium Regiment. He's been awarded the Veer Chakra. Squadron Leader Siddhant Singh, who's a pilot, he's been awarded the Veer Chakra. Squadron Leader Rizwan Mali, he's been awarded the Veer Chakra. Group Captain Animesh Patni, he's been awarded the Veer Chakra. Group Captain Ranjit Singh Sidhu also awarded the Veer Chakra, as well as Lieutenant Colonel Sushil Bisht of the Medium Battery awarded the Veer Chakra. So the different elements who were part of the successful Operation Sindoor being honoured by the Modi government, and that citation is now out in this Gazette notification that has been put out by the central government. To get more details, I'm joined by my colleague Akash Sharma on the broadcast, who tracks the Ministry of Defence. So Akash, clearly when it comes to the success of Operation Sindoor, the Modi government honouring the braves behind that success.
Oh yes, Ayushman, these Gallantry Awards were announced on the eve of Independence Day, and today we are seeing that how recently government has notified these Gallantry Awards and also the citation. For the very first time, the citation is coming in public domain, because remember, on the eve of Independence Day, when these awards were announced, and in total, there were 127 Gallantry Awards and 40, distinguished service awards to the armed forces and CAPFs. And during that time, in fact, everyone was quite excited for the citation, but citation unfortunately did not come because of the sensitivity. But now, this time around, for the very first time, we are seeing the citation where a number of officers who were very much involved in Operation Sindoor, be it the Army Air Defense officers, be it the fighter pilots, or those who were commanding the important squadrons, have been given, the awards. And in fact, yes, you rightly pointed out, Group Captain Animesh Patni, who was in fact commanding, a very important surface to air missile squadron, has been awarded, in fact, a Veer Chakra. Recently, during the Indian Air Force Day Parade, we saw him, receiving the honors from Indian Air Force Chief as well. Other than him, we have Group Captain Ranjit Singh Sidhu as well, who was in fact taking lead using a fighter aircraft, and who was involved in a successful strike, on one target. Similarly, there are Indian Army officers as well. For example, Lieutenant Colonel Sushil Bisht is there, Lieutenant Colonel Kushak Lamba is there, and other officers who are there. We know that how Indian Armed Forces were clearly dominating Pakistan and Pakistani forces during Operation Sindoor. And during those 4 days, we have seen the sort of capabilities that Indian Armed Forces have. And for the very first time, these citations are somewhere telling you the story of that bravery, that courage of those officers who have been awarded these Gallantry Awards. And in fact, Veer Chakra is something that is one of the highest honors, and these officers have been given that honor. Other than these officers, we have 4 Kirti Chakras, and in fact, these were announced during the Independence Day. This time around, 15 Veer Chakras were announced, 16 Shaurya Chakras were announced as well, and Sarvottam Yuddha Seva Medal. You must be remembering the time when we saw DGMO, in fact, the officers from Indian Air Force as well, coming out in public domain, talking about the details of the operation, and also, what is happening in the backdrop behind the sort of action that we were seeing, the sort of planning and the execution, how they were executing, how they were navigating through the sort of challenges that were there, very much there. We saw, a chain of drones coming to areas like, Jammu, like Udhampur, like in Srinagar, and at several places. And at that very time, we know that how Indian Army's air defense were very much, targeting these drones. We know that how L-70 and Pichora-like systems were used. We know that how S-400 and Akash missiles were very much used. Akash Steel was used for the integration. And today, for the very first time, this citation is somewhere telling you the actual story of the bravery and, in fact, the courage of these Army and Air Force officers who were very much involved in the Operation Sindoor, Ayushman.
Right. Thank you, Akash, for joining us on the broadcast with that piece of breaking news. You can see those names on your screen. These are the different elements involved in the success of Operation Sindoor, and Prime Minister Modi's government now putting out that Gazette notification that puts out not just the fact that they've been given Gallantry awards, but what role they played during Operation Sindoor. We will continue to track all the developments coming in.